I'm Ellis Martin. Join me now for a conversation with Trey Wasser, the president and CEO of ELY Gold Royalties, trading as ELY on the TSX Venture Exchange and ELYGF in the U.S. on the OTC. ELY Gold Royalties is a North American emerging royalty company with producing and development assets focused in Nevada and the western U.S. Its current portfolio includes a number of deeded royalties and option properties, which are currently generating revenue. All portfolio properties are sold or optioned on a 100% basis, while the company retains royalty interest. Its option properties will produce royalties if exercised. ELY Gold's royalty portfolio includes producing royalties, fully permitted mines, mines under construction, and development projects that are being permitted for mine construction. The company is well positioned to generate additional operating revenue through option and sale transactions, with a proven track record of maximizing the value of its properties through claim consolidation and advancement using its extensive proprietary database. Trey, welcome back to the program.
Thanks for having me, Ellis. It's always good to catch up.
Absolutely. I've been intrigued and pleased with the performance of companies like yours, royalty companies. They're different than your typical equities. Let's talk about why that is.
Well, royalty companies typically operate with much lower overhead, don't have all the operational and in our case, even the geological staffing that's needed for exploration and production company. We run a very tight ship, and we make our money off of other people's work, basically, by taking a percentage off the top of production at a gold mine.
And you're actually making that money right now, aren't you?
Yes, we've now got 3 producing royalties, and we've got a couple that will be producing later this year. We also have a royalty generation program where we buy and stake properties, sell them, and retain a royalty. So we have a nice income stream also from the property sales.
Most of your assets, if not all, are in Nevada, are they not? And why Nevada? Why do you love that state?
Well, first of all, my partner, Jerry Bachman, has about 35 years experience of prospecting and staking properties, selling them, and retaining royalties in Nevada. One of our directors, Bill Sheriff, has about that much experience. So we've got a lot of experience between them. We've put together probably one of the largest databases on properties. We just love the jurisdiction. It's easy to get to. Nevada has been rated now the #1 mining jurisdiction in the world, and that's rated on a bunch of criteria, not only the ability to find gold, but the safety and other factors. And gold in Nevada, people don't realize it, but if Nevada were a country, it'd be the 4th largest gold producing country in the world, behind China, Russia, and Australia. So still a lot of large tier 1, which is 10 million ounce and bigger mines being discovered in Nevada. There's just gold everywhere there, and still a lot of potential, we feel, to find more deposits.
So you're still actively looking and staking?
Yes, we're staking all the time. That's a big part of our business, is the royalty generation side, where we stake properties, we consolidate property packages. We feel that a lot of the best projects that have not been explored in Nevada have been overlooked because of claim fragmentation problems over the years, where claims have been split up between families and heirs and different owners that didn't get along. And we managed to put those property packages together, sell them to the producing or major companies, and let them do the work on them. And we just collect payments on the properties and then ultimately retain a royalty.
What is some of the criteria involved for you to have a property? What do you need to see?
We need to see gold there, of course. They say that the best place to find gold is at a gold mine. So we operate out of a very robust database where we identify mainly projects that have had some type of gold production in the past, and just with modern methods and, of course, higher prices, can now be expanded on and be reopened or become much bigger mines.
You have some major believers in your company. I'm talking about some of the shareholders. Let's talk about them.
Well, last year, Rick Rule with his exploration partners got involved. He's done very well. I think probably has about a 12 to 15 bagger out of the stock in just over a year. And then we also got Eric Sprott personally involved about last April. So he's been involved almost a year now. And he's been a big supporter, giving us financing and also an equity line of credit for purchasing royalties.
What do you think has sparked all the excitement in your market and you've had a nice sustainable growth in that market, your share price.
Well, we've been doing an excellent job of executing our business plan on the royalty generation side. And then about 18 months ago, we started to take some of that cash and cash flow from the property sales and started buying third-party royalties. These would be royalties that were already in existence and in many cases on properties in Nevada that we knew about. And those royalties, some of them are producing, some of them are near-term producing. So that's really started to get the attention of the market, making the market realize that we really are a player in the junior royalty space.
Tell us about your team. Who's involved?
We operate with a pretty slim staff, only 2 full-time employees, myself, and my background is in finance, so I do most of the contracting and deal making. And then my partner, Jerry Bachman, who is the longtime prospector from Nevada. He runs our Reno office, and he's president of our royalty subsidiary. And then beyond that, our CFO is part-time. Our corporate secretary and QP is part-time. They both are in our Vancouver office, which we share with another company, so we keep costs low there. Our investor relations officer is in Toronto. I'm in Dallas, so we are a very virtual company and operate very efficiently that way.
In fact, I'm in Dallas along with you right now. We are pretty mobile in our business. It's great. We can basically live anywhere we want in the world, and when we need to be on site, we're there.
Well, I also have a house in Nicaragua, and I manage to do quite a bit of business from down there as well, so it's a whole new world here with cell phones and computers and internet can operate from just about anywhere.
You mentioned you're in finance. Were you always in the mining business? What drew you to mining and gold?
Most of my career I spent on Wall Street, Merrill Lynch, Kidder Peabody, Payne Weber. I then did a little bit of venture capital and retired and didn't like retirement. So at the beginning of this cycle, around 2001, I got involved in mining. Started out by writing research and then did some touring with analysts to different mining projects. And eventually about 2010 ended up at ELY, and we that time had a project that needed development, so we pushed that through to permitting and full feasibility study. And we sold that late 2015, and that's when we decided to change the business model and start the royalty generation and royalty purchasing and got involved with Jerry.
What would you say to those that are listening to this broadcast for the first time, listening to us talk about your company with all that exists in the market, in the gold space and mining and generalist? Why take a look at ELY right now?
Well, first of all, I think the bigger picture, Ellis, is why buy a gold royalty company if you want exposure to the metal? And the reason is that it's just the lowest risk way to get exposure to gold without taking all the individual risk of a project exploration and mine development. With a royalty company, you get diversified piece of a lot of different projects and mining operations. You have that low overhead we spoke about and have just great leverage to the price of gold, because when the price goes up, our revenue goes up, but our costs do not. So we have a lot of optionality on the exploration side. As people expand their mines through exploration, we don't pay a penny for that. So first is making that decision that if you're going to get into gold stocks, to take a serious look at the gold royalty model. And for us, we're just at a sweet spot. If you look at historically, even the largest gold royalty companies today, 2 examples, both started in Nevada, by the way, Royal Gold, and in 1993, that was a 20-cent stock. By 1997, it was a $12 stock, so it had gone up almost 4,000% in 4 years. Based really on one project that just kept getting bigger and bigger. Franco-Nevada, the largest company, and today a $25 billion market cap, same story. In its first years in existence was up about 3,500% in the first years. And it's a royalty company in its early stages, you have tremendous leverage, because for us, every transaction we do moves the needle for our shareholders.
What are some of the highlights right now that you can talk about with regard to the company?
We're really pleased with our Fenelon royalty. It's a 2% net smelter royalty on Walbridge Mining's project in Quebec. It's been unbelievable drill results they've had up there. They've outlined now about a 2.5 million ounce deposit drilling this past year, and it's got a lot of mine infrastructure in place. So we think we could be seeing royalty payments there by the end of this year. And the way that project is going, it looks like it could be a tier 1 project. We also recently picked up, actually from Eric Sprott, an NSR on the producing Jarrett Canyon mine. So we haven't closed that transaction yet because we need shareholder approval at our meeting in May, but we are accruing the royalties, and so that'll be our 4th producing royalty in the portfolio. And then we just announced here just a week or so ago, we were able to pick up a package of 5 royalties, all in Nevada, 3 of them on some major mines, the Marigold mine, the property that will be an extension of the Gold Strike mine, and then 3 other Newmont Barrick properties in the Carlin Trend. So we're very excited about that. We can't quite talk about all the numbers and the size and everything yet, but those are royalties, again, that we expect will be producing at least 2 of those over the next couple of years.
You have some recent news that is really exciting involving BlackRock.
Yes, we specialize, as I said earlier, in consolidating some of these old districts. And one of what was known as the queen of the silver districts, the Tonopah district, we've been working on for the past 4 years to consolidate a large property package there. In a series of transactions, we have staked some claims, we've purchased some unpatented claims, purchased patented claims from 3 different groups, bought in royalties off of it to clean it. And today we have 98 patented claims and 17 unpatented claims. And we've just sold that in a transaction to BlackRock Gold for $3 million. So we'll get some nice payments over the next 4 years out of that. They'll explore it. And because we were able to clean up all the old royalties, we'll be able to secure a 3% royalty on all the Tonopah claims. Now, Tonopah is a district that, known as the Queen of the Silver Districts, produced over 174 million ounces of silver and about 1.8 million ounces of gold, and has, again, because of claim fragmentation problems, has not seen a lot of real modern exploration. So we're very excited. The BlackRock guys are very smart exploration guys, and we're very excited to see them get out there and put some holes in the ground at Tonopah.
Well, Trey, it's great visiting with you here in Dallas. I imagine I'll come back again. Thank you so much for joining us today on the program.
Oh, thanks for having me, Alice.
I've been speaking with Trey Wasser, the president and CEO of ELY Gold Royalties, trading as ELY on the TSX Venture Exchange and ELYGF in the U.S. on the OTC. Go to the company's website, ELYGoldInc.com. I'm Ellis Martin.
Subscribe to the Ellis Martin newsletter. It's free. Go to ellismartinreport.com and fill out the quick and easy pop-up form.